if I told you that being rejected from that dream job was actually the best thing that ever happened to you? Stick with me, let me explain. I've had my own fair share of job rejections, and I know that you're probably going through the same sinking feeling because you've poured so much energy and hope into landing your dream job, but that rejection email cuts you so deep. If you're dealing with the agony of job rejection right now and you need someone to talk to, someone that gets you, then this video is for you. In just a few minutes, I'm going to share a mindset shift that could completely change how you view that job rejection that you're going through. And by the end of this video, I guarantee you that you begin to feel a whole lot better. You take your power back and you begin to move forward in your career. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you 6 practical tips that you can use to bounce back quickly from a job rejection. Let's get started. Step 1 is to let it out. It's okay to feel that hurt. Don't bottle up your feelings. Let yourself cry, let yourself vent if you need to. Take that time to actually process the disappointment and frustration that you feel inside. I found out that trying to suppress that feeling will only prolong the pain that you're feeling. So go ahead, give yourself permission to feel it and let it flow. If you need to scream into a pillow or you need to call up your friend to vent to them, go ahead and take out all these emotions out of your body. This emotional release will help you cleanse the feelings from your system faster. And this brings me to the second step, which is what I call reflect on what could have gone better. Once you've let yourself through that initial sting and you're feeling a lot better, it's now time to slip into the analytics mode. Look back at every stage of the interview process. Were there any red flags or signs that you missed? Were there any cues that the hiring manager, gave you that you may not have been the right fit throughout the interview process? And after this, you want to then seek feedback from the hiring manager or the person that interviewed you. If you can, ask them for the honest opinions that they had, what fell through and what you can improve next time. Another option that you can take is to really self-reflect on the points that you missed. Did you answer certain questions in a way that could have been better? Did your resume highlight excellently your experience? Could your cover letter have been written in a way that gives a much better impression to whoever is reading it? At every stage of the interview, you want to be able to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How badly did you perform and how well did you perform? With all of this, it helps you to better prepare, for your next interview. And I found out that if you genuinely, do this without trying to play the blame card and trying to look for excuses, you have a clearer understanding of the areas that you need to improve. So the goal here is not necessarily to beat up yourself, but to gain the key insights and strengthen yourself for future opportunities. And this closely brings me to the next step, which I call treat it as a learning experience. So treat your rejection as a learning experience. With every rejection that you have in your career, it's always a time to reflect and improve. One of my favorite quotes from Henry Ford is, the only real mistake is the one that we learn nothing from. So instead of dwelling on what you did wrong, ask yourself, what is this experience actually trying to teach me? Would you have researched the role, the company, the interviewers better? Could you have answered questions better? Were there things that you said that you shouldn't have said? Use all of these insights to upgrade your personal branding, your interview preparation, and your job search strategy in general. Update your resume to highlight the key strengths that you need for that role. Revamp your LinkedIn profile accordingly. The more you put yourself out there, the better you get. And you need to remember that you only truly fail when you give up. So you now know what doesn't work, so you can take that and change it into something that will work. Now, before I move on, I want to remind you that this is a 6-step system, so you do not want to miss anyone. Stick to the end of this video. Now, here is step number 4. Give yourself a break. A lot of studies show that pausing for a moment to relax and reboot is important for achieving success. It renews your strength for the future. So it's perfectly all right if, job applications aren't necessarily going through now. Take some time, take a break, and just go and do something that you enjoy. I remember sometime about 2 years ago, I kept getting rejections back to back at that point, and mentally I felt like I was done. So I took a break for about 2 months without sending job applications, and this really just helped me to renew myself mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So what I'm saying in essence is that be kind to yourself rather than pushing yourself to try to get the next job or to get the next application sent out. Switch to focusing on your self-development and self-recovery. Genuinely renew yourself and nurture your motivation before you get back there, because this is what will help you get past any other rejections that you get in the future. I would like to say that this isn't about wasting your time aimlessly. It's a deliberate pause for you to rest, so that you can bounce back even stronger. Now, step number 5 is to build resilience and stay hopeful. Resilience and hopefulness are 2 powerful mindsets that will help you throughout this period of job rejection. Resilience is all about building that mental toughness and refusing to quit even when the going gets tough. So alongside resilience is for you to nurture genuine hope, and genuine hope is not about false positivity. It's about consistently engaging in meaningful work that aligns with what you truly want to do. The journey to your career may not necessarily unfold like you want it to be, but you eventually get there. But throughout the entire process, don't lose hope. 6 is to trust in God that new and better opportunities are coming your way. As a Christian, I'm a firm believer in God's timing and that every opportunity is actually a blessing in disguise. Now, let me share a personal story with you. When I was applying for jobs, one of the companies that I got rejected from, a few months down the line, eventually let go of all their developer advocates. Now imagine I got a role there, it would have been short-lived, right? Not too long after, for me, a better opportunity came at my present company, and it could really only have been God. So remember what Jeremiah 29:11 says. It says, "For the plans I have for you are plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." So when one door closes, it's just a matter of time. It's a redirection. Another door will eventually open. So if you're going through a downtime and you really feel frustrated, always remember that God has not abandoned you and better prospects will come. You only just need to be patient and keep working on yourself. So those are the 6 practical tips I have for you when dealing with a job rejection. I hope that you look back someday and you will just be grateful for the jobs that you did not get as much as you are grateful for the jobs that have come your way. There is so much abundance and joy ahead, and this is the mindset that you have to have when looking for a job or dealing with a rejection. Now, before you run off, if you want to increase your chances of landing your next job, here's a video that will teach you on how to create the perfect resume with ChatGPT. As always, my name is Esther and thank you for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel.